60 million displaced people. There are 60 million people in the world who cannot be in their homes because they fear what will be committed against them. And this number doesn't include the millions of others who are facing inequalities and injustices. These are huge numbers. It's easy to get caught up in how multifaceted these issues are and how difficult it is to find solutions. We're intimidated by the fact that we can't be Mother Teresa or Nelson Mandela, so we think we can't do anything. But even Mother Teresa said that the solution is not to do great things, but small things with great love. That even if you can't help with every poverty or injustice in the world, you can help with just one, and that's enough. So 60 million is a huge number, but one is doable. This is my friend Gashima. I've been working for a few semesters as a volunteer and intern at the Refugee Development Center in Lansing. They provide social and academic support for over 1,700 newcomers in Lansing through after-school tutoring, home visits, and English classes. All of their work is very focused on personal attention and individualized support. I work with a special program for 15 boys where we use soccer to incentivize doing well in school. If you don't come to school and come to tutoring, you can't play in the soccer games. Gashima is one of the boys in my program. When I first met him, he was one of the quietest boys on the team. So when everyone else would come to tutoring, get out their homework, sit with a volunteer, and ask for help, he would sit quietly at his desk. So I would sit with him. Gashima, do you have any homework today? I would ask. And after a couple minutes, he would silently pull out a small piece of paper from his pocket, unfold it, and flatten it on the table. It was almost always math homework. And even though Gashima is really smart, it's difficult to succeed in math when these complex concepts keep building on each other, and you might not have been taught all of the basics. We would systematically work through all of the problems, but their purpose and applicable meaning were never very clear. Which is why I really remember this one day, we were working on a graph worksheet, the kind where you plot all of the points on a grid and connect them to make a picture. I remember it because he was able to do it perfectly, with no help from me. I was so proud. But my favorite part was when he was just about to fold it up and put it away, and I saw the picture that it made. So I said, Gashima, look, it makes a horse. And he looked back at the project he had just completed and broke into the biggest smile I have ever seen. It was one of the first times that math homework had resulted in something with a visible, tangible value. My favorite part of the semester, however, was on the last day, when the boys wrote end of the semester reflections. And Gashima wrote a 200-word, punctuationless run-on sentence that used the word love every other phrase. I love tutoring, and I love newcomers, and I love soccer, and I love this program because they help me, and I love my team, and we never fight, which isn't true. And I love coming, and I love my tutors, and they love me, and they help me, and they even got us a bus. It was so great to see how meaningful our program was to him. Without doing anything big, our work had helped contribute to a solution for a larger global issue. By simply investing in one individual's life, I have made a difference. So imagine then all of the ways that the world would be changed if we invested one-on-one in others. In working with Gashima, me teaching him math was only a small part of all of the good that was done, because I've learned so much from him too. He's one of the most hardworking boys I have ever met. He has a positive attitude and loves to make people laugh. He's honest and genuine, and we need more people like that in the world. Through our partnership, we have both been able to grow, and we've both been touched in lasting ways. Gashima is no longer the quiet, shy boy I met the first day of tutoring, but he's a leader and a mentor who look out for other kids in the school. You might think that the idea of focusing on just one person seems too small, that in the scope of 60 million, one person isn't very much. But sometimes, focusing at the big level, even though it can be good to dream big, might actually lead us to do less. Focusing at this macro level can lead to an awareness without investment. We'll throw our concern at an issue from far away, but we see it as a number, not as something personal. When you truly invest in an individual involved, you're able to see people as people. That people of the world are not this homogeneous group of them, a faraway cause or victims that need our help, but people just like you and me, with potential, talents, and so much to give. When we see it this way, it's easy to stay invested so much longer, even if the world stops caring. The news may quickly move on to the next big thing, but if we truly care about the people involved, we will stay present long enough to make a lasting impact. So yes, 60 million is a big number. But if you wholeheartedly invest in just one of those 60 million, that is where change begins, and it will only multiply from there. If we listen to Mother Teresa, and we don't try to do things that are too great for us, but just focus on doing the small things with great love. So I ask you, with whatever you have to give, go out and start with just one person.